Dear colleagues, today let me start my topic with a small introduce how the not amazing Vladimir Putin refused to go to the Johannesburg for the meeting of the prince, which will start uh, at the 24th of the August. Jesus, and certainly the main story, the first part of my topic will be the visit Ishaq. Why Jesus, Ishaq Herzog into Washington, and today he have a report in the session of the U.S. Congress. This is a session was representative of the two houses, U.S. The representative and the Senate. This is the first report of the Israelis president. The last report was his who was a report of his father, who also was president of Israel since 1983, 1993. And the last time his father have reported in the U.S. Congress as 1987. And his son very have a very great success and in his report, and his speech have breaking sometimes with applaudissement. So at the background of the Ukraine story, the visit of Israel's president into the Ukraine, very important story. And despite the Joe Biden, U.S. president, public blamed the court reform. Which provided Israel government. So this is another story. Despite the some politicians in Israel estimate this is a reform as this is a report of the Joe Biden's reform as interference in the internal business in Israel. This is words have rejected the reflection of the Biden Harris administration about the decision of the U.S. Supreme Court about, for example, the student help and the pardon it of the student loans and acceptance into the university. Also, the one of the gender question. So the Supreme Court of the United States independence, and so this independence have characterized due to the Muslim member of the Supreme Court was named previous administration, and and the White House and the main of the executive powers in the United States have differences differ with the Supreme Court, and just independence of each other, and totally the Joe Biden, the voters must be sent message to the power who may more or right in this situation. In other case, another case, the Justice of the United States of America provide new that thought at this time blame for the previously President Jesus Donald Trump in the criminal aspect, and certainly the um, this is a situation when the Biden Trump's team blamed the main justice of the main prosecutor of the Secretary Department of the Justice of the United States, John Smith. This is a story shows how the Justice of the United States will be decreasing the poll estimate of the of Donald Trump. So this is a strong story. There's another how the another the, here we have enforcement in the United States of America, but the Supreme Court of the United States as I said above, the independence of the executive order. So the executive power. And also the U.S. Congress, I told above, with the very welcoming of the Ishak Herzog as Ishak Herzog, it's very neat for the both houses of the U.S. Congress welcoming of the Mr. Herzog due to the all Republicans or bipartisan system find the support of the biggest Jewish population in the citizens of the United States of America who living in this country, and certainly voters and have a sponsor of the voters company of this in this country. And so the problem consists how the some radicals element we have a controversy between the Semitism, anti-Semitism, and if we will criticate the right radicals of Jews in the world or in the United States of America. So this is appearance and growth of the anti-Semites moods in this country, and both trend is very is dangerous as this is a estimate of the situation. So the before the second part of my topic, the contact European Union, European Commission, sorry, with the countries of the Mercosur and Caribbean pushed the U.S. Congress to the study the question about the cold Russian assets in Swiss in particular. U.S. Congress have the House of Law House of U.S. Congress have a Helsinki group, special group for the study a question about the cold Russian assets in the money for monetary form in the which cold gold in the Swiss. One of the representative of the active defender of the justice of in this situation, Bill Browder, the former chief of the Hermitage Capital, demanded to the Hessens group of the House to the ask State Department for the entered sanctions against the former and valid Swiss prosecurity about the Russian money, which called of the Russian money. So the and here I must to tell how the Vladimir Putin swear about the grain deal and defended of the U.S. secretaries and structure of the Union Nation who advanced the grain deal. So grain deal, this is as understood already, my dear spectators. This is news for the cover the assets which cooled in the Swiss of the Russian Federation. We must to tell how the Swiss, one of the not lot countries countries who refused to the supplies weapon into the Ukraine. Even then, Swiss refused to the neighbors to use own license for the productive weapon, heavy weapon for the supplies to the Ukraine. Also, this is also Swiss refused to the some countries neighbors neighbors to supplies to Ukraine. Also the weapon which have some part of the this weapon from the Swiss productive. Also, this is a situation more dispute, and here I must to remember how the 2 weeks ago Vladimir Putin kept it the chief of the Russian VTB bank, where the Putins and his family keep money. And suddenly, without content and connect with this talk, become to the speak about the crisis of the Swiss bank Swiss banks system. This is was very suddenly, and at first I thought that the parallel structure interference in the ether. Meanwhile, the Ethereum and cryptocurrency have a stop situation in the growth, and the Bitcoin not more 30,000 and have a potential for the next growth at the mm, maybe maybe rather than bet the um, um, keeping of the value. This is a very strong need situation for the Russian economical power due to the Russian central bank. Russian central bank announced the generation of the digital money. So this is a previous action of the Russian economical power, but not only Russian state bank, it's actually independent of the government and must be in the politician situation to collaboration with the state Duma. And here the digital ruble, this is experiment experiment and the authorities, I don't know, due to the fell down. I have in mind the Russian national currency. So maybe rather than Russian central bank have not interest to the advanced, this is third form of the Russian national currency to the foreign market. But Russian ruble fell down. In fact, out not only in comparison to euros or US dollars, rather the Chinese yuan. At this time, Chinese yuan fell down in the relationship to the US dollars. And today trade day shows how the Russian ruble continue down direction. So this situation where the Russian ruble fell down. This is fell down position for the currency main of trade partnership, the China People Republic. So this is a bad situation for the rather than a Russian budget. This is budgets have a potential of inflation charge, inflation charge and inflation charge, and it's very interesting how the Bank Russia have not interest to the stop this is process despite he have some money in reserve. So the tactic for the cleaning the depots of the Russian simple citizen for the involved into the market cash currency. This is a strategy of the Russian economical power is clear. And not only about depots. So the Crimea bridge. This is Russian Crimea guards notification past the heat when were destroyed two sections of this is this is a story, and certainly not amazing here the biggest depots of the in the South Crimea, near the town Old Crimea, Salkhat. This is capital of the historical in the historical period Mamai. This personal residence, and so this is depot was very biggest explosive. Explosive. So the Ukraine forces have potential for the have a possibility to the answer for the destruction rockets and drone attack in the Nikolaev Odessa during this day. Certainly, this is means have a claim to the destroy of the capability Ukraine capability to the supplies grain into the export. And certainly when Pentagon will supplies to the Ukraine new anti-air defense system, Ukraine can get to the possibility to close his sky and air in the Nikolaev Odessa region. This is important how the Ukraine have geographically means to the to make export of his grain via across territorial water of the Romania, Bulgaria, and Turkey to the Dardanelles. And I have a biggest doubt how the Russian Black Sea Fleet will be hunt to the Ukraine ship with the grain in the Mediterranean. Maybe certain forces Gerasimov sent Valery Gerasimov and Sergei Shoigu will send Baltic Fleet into the Mediterranean for the hunt or for the hunt of the of the Ukraine grain in the Crete. So this is situation have a biggest propaganda and the attempt to the pull story for himself. And the last topic of today. Today in Kiev was Prime Minister of Ireland Republic, and the promise for the out of the Brussels for all help to the Ukraine in this and the next stories. Thank you. Bye bye.